Whether it was a smart decision or not, I'm still deciding.
We can go to the Holly.
We took Terrence Roberts to the Holly.
So here come the Bloods right now.
To the exact spot in Northeast Park Hill, where the anti-gang activist shot and paralyzed a man in 2013.
Can we talk on camera? Keep it rolling, because this would be some good footage for you.
I don't have nothing to hide.
You don't want none of this.
Why you harassing me, Pernell? Listen, homie. Get out my face, bro. Get out my face, homie.
Y'all ain't kids.
Your mama's a... What you do, homie? What's up?
Members of an alleged street gang indicted by a Jeffco grand jury. They're accused of running an organized crime ring for the last decade. All 6 are alleged members of the Gallant Knights Insane gang. Prosecutors say they sold drugs and targeted rival gang members. Jimmy Valenzuela, the alleged leader, and his brother are accused of trying to kill a man at a Lakewood bar last February because they believed he was a snitch.
The Pueblo police chief says the Ace gang, also known as Little Aces, have terrorized Pueblo County for years. Now, though, they say the gang is falling apart because those who were in charge are now sitting in a prison cell.
The Ace gang, at the time we started this investigation, was responsible for a large percentage of the violent crime that was happening here in Pueblo.
Colorado Springs police officers found 19-year-old Santiago Carreros III with at least 1 gunshot wound on July 6, 2022 at the El Moro Mobile Park near South Academy and Shelton Road. Despite life-saving measures, Carreros died from his injuries.
Colorado's gang scene is one of the most underrated yet deeply entrenched in the country, shaped by a blend of West Coast gang culture, prison politics, and local history. From Denver's violent Crip and Blood feuds to Pueblo's homegrown Latino crews and Colorado Springs' Sereno turf wars, the state has become a battleground for a unique mix of Black and Hispanic street organizations. Unlike places like California or Chicago, Colorado's gangs are a hybrid. Many have direct ties to national organizations, while others were born in public housing complexes, schools, and neighborhoods of poverty and isolation. The result is a gang landscape where LA Dodgers hats might represent a Pueblo crew, Crenshaw Mafia Bloods include Mexican sets, and Latino Crips beef just as hard as their Black counterparts. This breakdown explores the most dangerous and influential gangs across the Centennial State, from the Gallant Knights Insane and Rolling 30 Crips in Denver, to Westsiders like the Latin Aces in Pueblo, and Colorado Springs Parkside Barrio 13 and 45 neighborhood Bloods. These are not just street cliques. They are multi-generational organizations with deep-rooted rivalries, evolving alliances, and a legacy written in blood.
But Heather, the Pueblo police chief says the Ace gang, also known as Little Aces, have terrorized Pueblo County for years. Now, though, they say the gang is falling apart because those who were in charge are now sitting in a prison cell.
The Ace gang, at the time we started this investigation, was responsible for a large percentage of the violent crime that was happening here in Pueblo.
Say the Ace gang was involved in it all, contributing to 16% of those offenses in 2016. In total, 25 members of the gang have been arrested and charged. Police say violent crime connected to the gang is down nearly 14% in the last 5 years. The faces you see here are just some of the gang members who are now in federal prison after being prosecuted by the United States Attorney's Office for the District of Colorado. Authorities say 10 Ace gang members are now serving time in federal prisons across the country.
One of the most notable local gangs is the Latin Aces, also known as the Little Aces, a Pueblo-based group with origins dating back to the early 1980s. Known for their tight-knit, family-first mentality, the Aces primarily wore blue and white LA Dodgers gear, but were sometimes seen with Black flags. Despite their community-focused image, they were heavily active and controlled much of Pueblo's east side. Their main rivals were the Sereno gangs, especially the East Side Dukes 13. Due to this rivalry, the Aces occasionally allied with smaller Norteño groups. The gang originally began in 1988 as Crazy Ace Posse at the Red Rock Apartments on 12th Street, created as a form of self-defense against Los Carnals' later East Side Dukes. The Aces stood out by embracing Black members with Crip affiliations and rejecting the traditional cholo culture, including visible face and head tattoos. Over time, the original Aces mentored a younger generation called the Little Aces, who later evolved into the Latin Aces. recent indictments have weakened their grip on territory.
It was the middle of the afternoon at a popular gas station.
A beef between the Crips and Bloods. Gunfire just steps away from two innocent young children at this car wash off 35th and Downing.
You see those two kids there in the minivan, and every time I think, thank God they weren't hit.
It starts when the guy in white notices a group of rival gang members.
Some posturing going on, and just about in a split second, you're going to see gunfire.
Two people are hit. The guy in white runs back to the car wash, gets the gun from his friend, and fires back.
A developing story in the North Park Hill neighborhood.
Police tell us that one adult male shot another adult male.
39-year-old Terrence Roberts claims self-defense when he shot Hassan Jones, who survived but is now paralyzed.
I had been beefing with Hassan all that day.
23-year-old Blood Hassan Jones was among the crowd that started gathering for Terrence's rally that Friday evening in September 2013.
And I asked him, like, you gonna F me up? And he was like, yeah, we'll be over there in a minute on Bloods. And so when he said that, I had my gun in my truck. He was like, let's get him. And they tried to collapse on me, and that's when I upped my pistol and I shot in their direction to defend myself.
Investigation of criminal intent, first-degree murder.
2 of 5 bullets paralyzed Hassan, and Terrence found himself facing a life sentence. Whether it was a smart decision or not, I'm still deciding.
We can go to the Holly.
We took Terrence Roberts to the Holly.
So here come the Bloods right now.
To the exact spot in Northeast Park Hill, where the anti-gang activist shot and paralyzed a man in 2013.
Can we talk on camera? Keep it rolling, because this will be some good footage for you.
I don't have nothing to hide.
What happens next is truly 8 years in the making.
Because I defended myself.
No, you shot that dude. That's what you did.
I defended myself. P, why you harassing me, P? Why you harassing me, Pernell? Listen, homie. Get out my face, bro. Get out my face, homie.
Y'all ain't kids.
Your mama's a...
So you guys are Bloods?
Yeah.
Crenshaw Mafia. Inglewood Watts, Crenshaw Mafia, Gangsta Blood, 104th Street.
They've been trying to kick up dust. They've been trying to kick up dust, but little do they know, it's about to be on. That's real.
In Denver, one of the most dominant blood sets is the Crenshaw Mafia Gangster Bloods. They first appeared in Colorado in the 1980s or 90s and quickly spread throughout the state, especially in Denver. Unique among blood sets, Colorado Crenshaw Mafia Gangster Bloods has many Latino members and even entire Hispanic Crenshaw Mafia Gangster Bloods neighborhoods. They've long feuded with Crip sets and Serrano statewide, though internal conflicts within CMG have remained minimal. Denver is also home to a strong presence of Hispanic Crip gangs, often just as large and organized as their black counterparts. These Latino Crip sets include the Cheeky 30s, Chicano Rollin 60s, 8th West Side Original Gangster Crips, 23 North Side OG Crips, 27 Brick City Crips, and 62 Kia Block Crips. They've clashed with Latino Bloods, Serranos, and occasionally black gangs as well. Countering them are Denver's Spanish Bloods, a strong force that spans east to west. The east side is primarily African American Bloods, while the west side features mostly Mexican Bloods. Despite the demographic differences, there is unity between many sets. Among the most prominent Latino blood factions are the Latino Crenshaw Mafias, Latino Gangster Bloods, 16 Block Family Gangster Bloods, Ruthless Menace Gangster Bloods, Chicanos in Action, and the Crazy Chicano Bloods.
Breaking news alert this half hour. One person is dead after a shooting at a southeast Colorado Springs mobile home park.
We want to take you right out to the scene now. 11 News reporter Kasha Carriage joins us live on El Morro near Shelton and South Academy. Kasha, what's the latest from police?
Well, Danielle, officers have not released many details about this shooting just yet, including the events that led up to the shooting or even any suspect information or if that suspect and victim knew each other. Now, police responded here to the El Morro mobile home park just before 11 last night and found an adult man suffering from at least one gunshot wound. Now, crews tried to save him, but he did die here on scene. And we spoke with some neighbors here who say this is actually a pretty quiet area.
Area Crime Stoppers is offering a big reward for information that may lead to an arrest in an unsolved deadly shooting of a local rapper back in 2022.
Colorado Springs police officers found 19-year-old Santiago Carreros III with at least one gunshot wound on July 6, 2022 at the El Moro Mobile Park near South Academy and Shelton Road. Despite life-saving measures, Carreros died from his injuries. Authorities say the rap artist, also known as Lil Travieso, and is left behind a 2-year-old daughter.
Pikes Peak Area Crime Stoppers is now offering a reward of up to $10,000 for anonymous information.
Down in Colorado Springs, the Parkside Barrio Tres is one of the city's most established and active Sereno gangs. Despite not being connected to the California-based Parkside Barrio, they follow Sereno traditions with their own twist, rocking black flags and wearing Pittsburgh Pirates gear to rep their name. Founded in the 1980s, they've long feuded with local rivals like the Rolling 60s Crips, Los Flamingos 13, and Norteños. They also battle a local blood set called the 45 Neighborhood Bloods. The gang gained national attention following the 2022 deletion of local rapper Lil Travieso, a known affiliate. The 45 Neighborhood Bloods, also based in Colorado Springs, are a primarily African-American set with Mexican and Islander members as well. Rumored to have roots tied to the 456 Island Pirates out of Oklahoma City, the gang is organized into 3 cliques: Filthy Mob, Burro Block, and Verde Block. These cliques have clashed with local Crip and Sereno groups while maintaining alliances with other blood sets, including the 5 Deuce Neighborhood Pirates, 456 Island Pirates, and Crenshaw Mafias. However, it's unclear how active the younger generation of 45s remains today. In Denver, the Rolling 30 Crips, or Tre-Os, are one of the city's most notorious gangs. Despite their name, they have no affiliation with the LA-based Rolling 30s. Instead, Denver's 30s were founded in the mid-1980s and named after East 30th Avenue. Subsets under this umbrella include the Tre Crips, Tre 5 Outlaws, and Tre 7. They ride under the 3X card and have long battled the Crenshaw Mafia Bloods in one of Denver's most violent gang feuds. They also clashed with the East Side Oldies 13, a Mexican-American group they were once allied with until a falling out triggered a decade-long war. The gang was reportedly started by Michael Asbury, a Denver local with family in South Central LA, who brought Crip culture back to Colorado after spending time there. The Rolling 30s were involved in a high-profile incident that resulted in the death of a Denver Broncos player, leading to a major law enforcement crackdown. Still, the gang remains active today. East Side Oldies 37th is a homegrown Chicano gang based in East Denver, Colorado. They rep the color black and claim the number 13, but they are not affiliated with the Serenos. While the Oldies are allies of Sereno gangs, they use the X3 for their own reasons tied to local identity rather than California-based ties. Though smaller in numbers compared to other sets, the East Side Oldies are known for being militant and having a reputation for producing serious shooters. Their main enemies include all East Side Crip sets, especially the Cheeky 30s. Interestingly, the Oldies were once aligned with the Crips until a specific incident fractured the alliance. After that, the Oldies adopted a CK stance and the rivalry escalated. Northside Mafia is a historic gang based in North Denver, Colorado, with roots going back to the 1980s. While often mistaken for a Norteño-affiliated set, Northside Mafia is its own independent entity. The original members rep black and white flags and claim the 4,400 block, establishing themselves as the largest and most influential gang in North Denver. Over time, the group split into several cliques, including 29th VGV and the UTS. Their primary rivals today are the Serenos, though they've also clashed with other gangs like Gallant Knights Insane. In recent years, some North Shore members have adopted Norteño colors and identifiers, but many still remain loyal to simply repping North Denver as their identity over any national affiliation.
Members of an alleged street gang indicted by a Jeffco grand jury. They're accused of running an organized crime ring for the last decade. All 6 are alleged members of the Gallant Knights Insane gang. Prosecutors say they sold drugs and targeted rival gang members. Jimmy Valenzuela, the alleged leader, and his brother are accused of trying to kill a man at a Lakewood bar last February because they believed he was a snitch.
Insane.
Lastly, Gallant Knights Insane is one of Denver's oldest and most established gangs, originally formed in the early 1970s as the Lipan Boyz, centered on West 9th and Lipan. Over time, internal strife caused the group to split into Gallant Knights and the Inca Boys. The rivalry led to a wave of violence, indictments, and the eventual collapse of the Inca Boys, while Gallant Knights survived and expanded. Their power extended into Colorado's prison system, where they established their own prison car. Despite multiple indictments and pressure from law enforcement, Gallant Knights remains one of the largest and most feared gangs in the Denver metro. Colorado's gang scene is a complex mix of deep-rooted local groups and outside influences shaped by decades of migration, poverty, and neighborhood loyalty. From Pueblo's Latin Aces to Denver's Crips and Bloods, and Colorado Springs' Tre-O and homegrown blood factions, these organizations have embedded themselves into the social fabric of their communities, often in violent and destructive ways. What makes Colorado unique is the blend of Latino and Black gangs adopting both West Coast identities and creating their own local cultures. Many of these sets, like the Gallant Knights Insane or Crenshaw Mafias, have evolved into powerful organizations with prison influence, long-standing rivalries, and multi-generational members. While law enforcement crackdowns and indictments have dented some of their influence, many of these gangs remain active, and in some cases, more dangerous than ever. As Colorado continues to grow and diversify, understanding the local gang landscape becomes critical for addressing the root causes of violence and instability in these urban pockets.